Hey EMbers, and welcome to part 12 of my Harvest Moon Back to Nature slow playthrough. So in today's episode, it's going to be the end of spring. So we're going to go through spring 28, 29 and 30, checking the weather for tomorrow as always. So yeah, we've made it. This is the end of spring. So I did that a little bit fast, but it's just telling us there's some new medicine in the clinic. So the first of our speed ups is grabbing our turnips. As I say, just 3 days of spring left and then we'll be moving on to summer. Just watering the crops as always. And we did run out of water there, so we're just grabbing the honey and the fish food. We're going to refill our watering can and continue. We're also going to say hello to Binky the horse this morning. And we can see Gots hard at work there on the hen house upgrade. So we're going to keep the turnip. Although in reality I should have kept the egg. But we do save that to parboil it, feeding the chickens as usual. Once again, I've said this in previous playthroughs, I don't know if it's necessary to feed the chicks, but I'm going to do it because I don't want to leave them starving. So, as always, we're going to grab the wild crops, wild harvestables, whatever you want to call them. We've got 10 minutes to get this flower to potpourri. Can we do it? Yes, we can. So she's still on a blue heart. And, oh no, we're going to miss Anne. Are we going to miss Anne? No, we managed to say hello to her, but she doesn't get a flower. So, we're going to give the turnip to the harvest goddess. Again, I should have probably given the egg. I can't remember which one gives us more money. But never mind. She might like a bit of variety. So, we're on to grabbing the rest. And you'll note that I haven't parboiled the egg yet. And for some reason, I completely forget. So, bringing the egg with us was a bit of a wasted thing to do there. We could have grabbed the last harvestable, but never mind. So we're going in to ship the harvestables, and I just ship the egg, forget to parboil it, so we lose a little bit of money there. 10 Gs, I think? I can't remember the difference when you parboil the egg. So, mistake was definitely made, but I'm sure you're used to that in this playthrough by now. So, we're grabbing the last grass. And we're going to have another speed up here because I decide to do some more chopping trees. I'm chopping the stumps for lumber. So we didn't get to them all, but we're heading out now. We're just checking our money situation and if we need anything. Now we are heading out to the inn because we are going to grab some more pineapple seeds. I think we got some pineapple seeds in the previous episode, so I don't really need to explain that to you. But it's definitely worth having these ready. Because unfortunately at the supermarket you can't pre-buy seeds. I think you can buy them when you have the hothouse, but that's going to be a while away. So you can't pre-buy seeds at the supermarket when you don't have the hothouse, which is a bit of a shame. But you can pre-buy from one. So we grabbed just one bag there, I think. They are expensive at 1,000 Gs a bag, but well worth it in the end. So I thought I'd show you the mechanic of this. Very creepy. It's a post box that asks you how your mum and dad are doing. There's a rumour that that might have been a piece of cut content from the game. We'll never know. That's all that happens. But I thought I'd show you anyway, because I haven't shown you in this playthrough. And I've not mentioned it at all, and we're on part 12, but I am aiming for this to be a 100% playthrough as well. Or as close as we can get it anyway. So we're shipping that one. We decide to go ahead and brush the horse again. I don't know if I'd forgotten and we have a bit of trouble. We have already brushed him today. So, a little bit pointless, but never mind. Gots is still hard at work there. And we decide to go ahead and do a little bit more mining. So again, there's going to be a big speed up here while we do the mining. Don't want to sound like a broken record, but once again, I hope you don't mind these speed ups. They are necessary to keep the episodes rolling, I'm afraid. I mean, I can take the speed ups out, but you'll be here for an hour. You're probably looking more an hour and a half without speed ups, actually. So I hope you don't mind them. But, as you can see, we're getting quite a good haul here. But our little character is getting tired. So we decide to call it there. But we got a few golds and a few mistrals, so not bad. So, yeah, 1 gold there, 1 mistral, 2 mistral, 3 mistrals, another gold, so 2 golds and 3 mistrals. Not bad. And my character is very tired. So with that, I believe we decide to call it a day for day 28. So we're going to bed at 3:30. But before we do, of course, we're watching the telly. So we have an episode of What's Your Passion? Just a has-been. I'm sure I've laughed at that already. Flower Garden City. I never noticed that before, so they do tell you that there are other cities around. I wonder if you hear about Flower Garden City in future Harvest Moon games, I'm not sure. She knits clothes for her dog. We don't get to put knitted clothes on our dog. Fuming. I'm going to research it right after this if Flower Garden City is ever mentioned again. Again, I apologise if you can hear birds in the background of this. Bit of ambience in it. Of course, life on the farm. Used to this by now. We don't actually watch a great deal of telly in this episode, you'll be pleased to know. So this is discussing stray dogs, which is a mechanic that you probably won't see during my playthrough, because I've said before, by and large, I keep the animals in the barns, which I do not advocate for in real life, of course, but as this is only a game, I feel okay doing that. So we're moving swiftly on to day 29, day 2 of this particular one, and we have our chicken birth today. So we have another chick. So that brings our total to 3 chickens. And I decided to name this chicken Red. No reason. I have got no reason for you. Just Red seemed to fit. Red the chicken. Why not? So we have Pon, Bon and Red. Yes, 3 chickens out of a potential 10 there. And then we're going to check the weather as always. And it's another nice and sunny day tomorrow. Now today is actually a birthday, so we'll see that as we go. The news is telling us that it's soon going to be summer, and it's talking to us about opening day. I'm not even going to go into opening day. You'll have to watch the next episode to see how that worked out. So as you can see, we have 3 pineapple seeds so far. And we're just checking our money, 1,370 Gs. Not a lot. Check the mailbox as always, and nothing today. And we are going to brush the horse, and another set of turnips has grown. I believe that's our final set of turnips for spring, so we're really down to the wire now. So, another speed up while we water everything else. Oh, we have 2 plots of turnips that have grown, so a speed up while we ship those. And hopefully the rest grows by tomorrow, or it's tough. So, heading into the chicken coop as always, we have 2 turnips and 1 honey on us. So of course we're going to keep a turnip for the harvest goddess. And we have 1 egg, and we decide to keep the egg today. So once again, the chick was just born this morning. From memory, I don't think you have to feed them, but I'm going to. I know it saves a lot of money in the game. And, oh yes, of course, our hen house is upgraded now. So I'm just showing you the upgraded hen house. And with that, the hen house being upgraded, that marks off every goal that I wanted to achieve by the end of spring. Of course, Potpourri's not up here today because it's a Sunday. So, for the final time, the goals for spring were to get a larger rucksack, which we did, to get at least 1 chicken, and we've ended off spring with 3, and to get the hen house upgrade. Oh, we actually remembered to spar-boil this egg this time. Yes, and to get the hen house upgrade. So, that was the goals that I set myself for spring, and we did it. So now might be a good time to tell you about my goals that I'm setting myself for summer. I'm sure I'll talk about it more next week in next week's episode, but in brief, the goals that I'd like to set myself for summer, I would like to get the larger backpack upgrade. I would like to get the first house upgrade, which is the one directly after the hen house. And I would like to get at least 1 cow or sheep. So that's the goals for summer. So again, the larger backpack, which I think is the last upgrade for the backpack. So the last upgrade for the backpack, the first house upgrade extension, and at least 1 cow or sheep. That's what we're hoping for summer. So you'll have to keep watching to see if that happens. So we pop into Gotz's to see if we can see how much the house upgrade is going to cost, but unfortunately he's not working right now, so we can't check that. But that's okay because we clearly can't afford it. So there was a couple of funny mistakes in this part. As it's a Sunday, I was trying to give Potpourri her flower because I missed her up on the mountainside. And so we go in here to give Potpourri the flower. And she's not in here, of course. So we figure we'll come back later. As I've mentioned, it is also a birthday today. But you'll have to see what happens a little bit later on with that. So I don't know where we're headed right now because the shop is, of course, closed on a Sunday. If you can hear any loud noises, that is my bunny rabbit playing in the background with some cardboard. So I believe we head into the clinic to see if she's in there. And she isn't. So we head swiftly back out. And we're heading straight on to the inn now. And here is where we decide to buy another bag of pineapples. So I think we have 4 bags of pineapples now, ready for tomorrow. But it'll be next week for you, of course. I'll say ready for tomorrow, ready for the day after tomorrow, because we still have 1 day left of this playthrough. Wait, 1 day left of this episode, not this playthrough. The playthrough is nowhere near finished. So now we're heading back. And we decide to stop. And no, we're not. Are we going back to see if we can give Potpourri that flower? We are. So we're trying to go and give Potpourri the flower. But, of course, the poultry farm is closed. I don't know why I kept hold of this for so long. It's not that important. But I was determined. So, we're shipping off the last bit of grass here. And I'm not entirely sure what we decide to do. So we're either chopping wood or mining. Or we're just making sure we got everything. We did. And what are we doing? Oh, we're doing a bit of mining. So again, there'll be another speed up here while we mine. There is another mine as we get further into the game. I haven't mentioned that yet, so please stay tuned for that. For now, we can only use this mine. And there is still something that needs to be done in this mine that we haven't done during the playthrough yet. So hopefully we can see that at one point. Now you see, this is where another mistake was made, because I went mining with that stupid yellow flower in my pocket. So obviously that flower took up one space. But as you can see, we have a mistral ore here. See, we're keeping on that flower, another mistral, a gold, and that's it. So 2 golds, 2 mistrals, and still got a hold of that flower. So now we decide to go and fish for a little bit. What? No. We're going to try and give Potpourri this flower still. And we're about to leave when we see Rick going in. So we think we'll follow Rick, see if Potpourri's in there. And of course she's not. So we're going to give up and go ahead and go fishing. Now, one of the reasons we are going fishing today, I did mention a birthday. It is actually Greg's birthday today, who you might remember, he is the one that we got the fishing rod from. And you can only see him Friday through Sunday. I'm laughing about that because if you remember near the beginning of the playthrough, I totally forgot he was only there Friday through Sunday. So we're going to do another quite large speed up here while we fish. And we are hoping to fish up a fish because we haven't got anything for Greg's birthday. I suppose we could have given him that yellow flower, couldn't we? So we just see Greg coming out here. But unfortunately, we didn't fish up any fish this time. So we're going to put the rubbish in the bin. And we decide to dump the flower, finally. Because again, we went fishing with the flower in our pocket, so that was one space. So another mistake there. But we don't, unfortunately, have a birthday present for Greg. So what we decide to do is head back to the farm. And this is like a rush for time. I was hoping we were going to have enough time to do this. So we rushed back to the farm. And I didn't like doing this, but we do take a fish out of our own pond here. So we've got a large fish here. So we're going to run that back to Greg for his birthday, because he loves fish. Could you imagine for 1 second, it's your birthday, and someone just rocks up with a fish from their pond that they've walked all the way from the farm, all the way to the beach? I don't know how to tell Greg this, but I think that fish might be deceased. Not only that, it's just chilling in my rucksack. I mean, if he wants to eat it, I suppose. So we're going to hand him his fish. It's best not to think about these things sometimes. And he's really happy. And while we're here, we decide to do a bit more fishing. And we do get a small fish there, so we do replace our large fish with a small fish, which, is not ideal, but it is what it is. So we're going to give the trash, put the trash in the bin. And yes, I did just use the word trash again. In my defence, this game uses the word fall rather than autumn, so we'll see if I call it fall or autumn when we get there. So this fish in my backpack is going to somehow miraculously survive the walk home. Again, just don't think about it too much. And we are going to pop it in the pond and replace the other fish. I just love how he runs with the fish above his head. In you go, son. So we now have a grand total of 5 fish. So we've got a long way to go with that. And with that, it is 10 minutes past midnight. We are going to wrap up. And we don't get to watch the TV today because, of course, it's past midnight. So we're on to our final day of the episode and the final day of spring, which is the 30th. So we do check the weather, but we don't need to because it's actually a festival tomorrow. It's never going to be bad weather on a festival day in this game. And we're just going to check what the news says. And funny enough, there's a bit of an error there. It says day 1 of spring. So, our final day of spring. And we realised we'd left a tool that we need. We need the sickle. I'm really enjoying this playthrough so far. I hope you guys are as well. I am excited to get to a new season though. We've had 12 parts of spring. I'm quite excited to get to summer. But actually my favourite season in this game is autumn. They call it fall, but it's autumn. So our potatoes thankfully have grown in. Everything that we needed to grow has grown, minus one of the turnips that I placed in a bad area. So we're shipping everything that we need to ship. Our failed flowers have also grown. You'll have to wait and see what we do with those. But of course we're grabbing our honey and feeding our fish. And say hello to Binky. And straight in the hen house as usual. So again, we're going to keep the turnip for the harvest goddess. And what are we going to do with this egg? We're having a little think. And we decide to go ahead and incubate it in anticipation for chick number 4. So our farm is definitely growing. It is growing quite slowly, I will say, but it's growing. I'm sure at this stage people have a lot more animals than I do. So we're going to give a flower to Anne. And we end off with Anne still on purple, for spring anyway. And we're going to give a flower to Potpourri. And we end off spring with her on a blue heart. So I'm quite pleased with that. So we're gathering the spring harvestables for the last time this year. In game. And we're giving our final spring crop to the harvest goddess. So we say a final farewell to these bamboo shoots that I call Shreks. We will see the Shreks next year in game. Because of course, not only do the crops on your farm change during the seasons, but the wild harvestables also change. So what do we end up doing today? Well, it is also another birthday today. We decide to grab the rest of the flowers, purely because if we leave them there, they will die tomorrow. So there's no point. We might as well grab them all. And what are we going to do with them? Well, we didn't really need them in the first place, did we? But never mind. And we actually have an event that has just popped. So this guy you see here is Kai. He comes every summer and he leaves for the rest of the seasons, so you only see Kai in summer. So this is just Potpourri and May saying hello to Kai. Now this is funny. So he's going to come and say hello to us for the first time. And we've just got a white load of flowers on top of our head. So he probably thinks, who is this weirdo? Now Kai, I should mention, is your rival for Potpourri. So he better watch out because she's going to be my wife, I'll tell you that. So this is our final time round the town square until summer. So keep an eye on the flowers and things because they do change as the seasons change, as does the grass. And we decide to pop in and give a flower to Ellen. We promptly throw it at her. So we did waste a flower there, but never mind. So we go ahead and give Ellen a flower there, and we've got 3 left. We do need to keep one because it is a birthday today. And it is actually Sasha's birthday today, so that is Karen's mum. So we go into the supermarket to see if Sasha's in there. And she isn't. But while we're here, we figure we might as well grab some fish food. We've got 9 fish food there and 1,840 Gs. As you can see, just tempting us in the corner there, we do have the larger backpack upgrade and the basket. So we decide to go ahead and get 29 units of fish food. And off we go. We decide to stop in at the clinic because we do have these flowers to give out. So we're going to give one to Ellie. And she says, "Are you sure it's okay?" That's so sweet. So we end off with Ellie also on purple, Karen on purple, and Mary on purple. So the only one with a higher heart level is Potpourri, which is fine by me. So now there's a big speed up here because we decide to wait at the square for Sasha to give her a flower, as it is her birthday, like I said. And we wait here that long that my character actually falls asleep, but here they are. So we're going to give a flower to Sasha for her birthday. And we go ahead and give the final flower to, oh, her name escapes me. The woman who runs the winery, and she can talk and talk. But her name has completely escaped me for the moment. Her name is Manna, I believe. It's just come to me. So we're heading back to the farm. We're going to grab the last flower. And we're heading straight back out. And we decide to give this final flower to Lilia, Potpourri and Rick's mother. I mean, she is going to be my mother-in-law, so why not? And while we're here, we decide we might as well grab some chicken feed. But I forgot to check how much chicken feed I actually have. Now, you will note that we have 1,260 Gs. I should have gone and got another pack of pineapple seeds, I think. But we do buy chicken feed instead. So we have 10 chicken feed at the moment. Now this, I think, was totally unnecessary, but never mind. So we end up going ahead and buying 50 chicken feed, giving us 60 units. So it is needed, but I think that was a bit of a waste of money, especially because we're coming on to summer, where you can get your own chicken feed, essentially. So, do I think that we should have bought another bag of pineapples? Yeah, I do. But never mind. Done now. And we just start talking to Potpourri, and she is still on blue. So, what are we going to do with the rest of the evening? We're going to just check our backpack. For some reason, I don't know what happened as I was recording this, but I just kept forgetting things. So I kept forgetting if we'd said hello to the horse or not. So there's another speed up here because we decide to end off the episode with taking care of the farm. So we're going to weed. So again, I probably should have maybe mined or fished, but we decided to weed the farm. So we've grabbed almost all the weeds. There we go. Checking the farm map. We still have a lot of rocks to break. So we're just getting our tools set up for the morning. So of course we need the pineapple seeds. So that's our setup all done. So we're going to end the episode with, of course, watching the television. And that's officially the end of Spring Year 1. So tune in next week for the start of summer. You'll see how well I did at the swimming festival. Let's not talk about it. So yes, tune in next week for the start of summer. I'm really, really excited for that. I've really enjoyed this so far, but it will be nice to get into a new season. You'll get to see all the new crops and everything else. And just to reiterate, we have set our goal of getting the biggest backpack upgrade, the house upgrade, the first house upgrade, and either a cow or a sheep. So hopefully we get to do that. So we're finishing off with a good old farmer Fran. But thank you very much for watching. I hope you've been enjoying this playthrough as much as I've been enjoying recording it. I'm absolutely having a blast, I really am. So thank you ever so much. You'll have to let me know in the comments if you have watched every episode so far. And I hope you stick around for summer and the rest of the months, the rest of the seasons. So thank you very much for watching. And until next time, bye Embers.